Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Mostly sunny today, 83 the high. It's about 65 downtown GR. Sunny and gorgeous again today after yesterday, which was near perfection. Again, we'll all be out at Anna's house on East Beltline near Woodland Mall today.
Yep.
Noon until 2.
Mm-hmm.
Eating as much as possible. That is my goal, eating as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that should always be the goal.
Yeah. Well, I got a long day of working out after that, so
Getting ripped.
Yeah.
just gonna, I need protein. I need fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So apparently ZZM did an update on a story that we all thought was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, there's something went down in Saranac. That's
Saranac.
Saranac is a pit Boba Fett fell in.
Sarlacc.
Oh, okay.
That's where this
Sarlacc.
is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sarlacc.
Saranac.
No. Yes. So
It's just east of Lowell.
something's going down here, and it's opening up a discussion about our illegal speed limits.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how that sounds, this update.
Yeah, silence is how it
WZZM.
sounds.
Yeah.
By the way, as it's going, I'll turn this up. That'll help.
Yeah, I would think.
Team has spotlighted this case because an alleged gun-carrying drunk driver may never face criminal charges. WGRD-FM 13's David Bailey joins us now to explain the ramifications of this decision. David.
Good evening, Juliet. The 13 Watchdog team, as you said, has been investigating this speed limit issue for about a year now. In a nutshell, state law essentially defines how local governments can set speed limits, but we have found in our continuing investigation many local governments are ignoring the law or simply not complying with it. That leads us to the case of one Anthony Owen, a man who allegedly drove drunk on Parsonage Road in Saranac in Ionia County last September. Now, we obtained back then body camera video of the arrest. You see right there, Owen faced several serious criminal charges, including operating while intoxicated and a weapons charge as well because he had a gun with him at the time of this. Now, earlier this year, a district court judge ruled Owen should be exonerated, all because the speed limit there on Parsonage, the judge said, was not set properly because the village had no documentation.
Wait a minute. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a technicality. This guy was drunk. He did have an illegal firearm.
Right.
And he might get off because he was driving 43 and a 25, but it shouldn't have been a 25. It should have been a 55 because they never had the paperwork done.
Yeah.
So it's a complete technicality. The guy was driving drunk with a firearm.
Yeah.
An illegal firearm.
We need to get our S together.
Right.
State police testified in that trial the speed limit, if studied properly there on Parsonage, should be 45, not 25. The county's prosecuting attorney, though, appealed that decision, and today the circuit court judge also ruled the speed limit was not set properly, setting the stage for potential problems in other cities that have not done the work.
What's going to happen, as we said before, someone's going to get pulled over for speeding, and I'm using air quotes around speeding, in an improperly set zone, and the police are going to find something else in there, and they're not going to be able to use that as evidence because they know they're violating this law.
Now, let's break down the ramifications for you. We have long believed this particular case will ultimately be appealed to the Michigan Court of Appeals and would likely finally set a precedent on an issue that, frankly, has been unclear for a decade. The question is whether local governments can simply ignore what the state's requiring, or on the other side, do local governments have to comply, and if they don't, risk having somebody walk because of it.
Yeah.
Now, it's believed Ionia County's prosecutor will appeal this case to the higher court. Val and Juliet?
So you could track out these roads, and if you're hauling some sort of illegal contraband, just drive super fast on those roads. If they pull you over, go, sorry, nothing you can do.
Right.
That would be a very bad strategy.
It would be a terrible strategy.
It would be. It would
Bad
be nice
decision.
if the towns would comply instead of artificially. And we've talked about it before, where they have these dopey instant drops in speed, and then you immediately get cracked because you have no idea that it's coming.
Yeah, they think they're able to do that.
But in this case, if they had just written up the ticket differently, which was pulled over for reasonable cause,
What would that list?
if they had said, well, he was driving a little erratically, or like if there was just something else that they could have said that this is why we pulled him over, but obviously that's not why they initially pulled him over.
Right.
And so, if this guy gets off as a drunk driver, you know.
Yeah.
But you got to comply with the law, too. I mean, it sucks.
It does.
A jerk like that shouldn't get off on a technicality. However, if they're not going to follow the actual law,
then this is going to happen.
That's, I mean, it's, so start following your own laws.
The fact that it's going to go to court, whether or not the local communities have to listen to the state law.
Right.
I think they do. I know it's a Supreme Court issue. Local rights, state rights, blah, blah, blah.
Still, get it together.
Yeah, that's the takeaway. See you at Anna's house today on East Beltline by Woodland Mall. We'll be there noon until 2. Looking forward to it. Soundgarden outshined at 97.9 GRD Rocks.